Hi everyone, my name is Crystal and I'm back for a new video. Hi guys, so today's video I'm gonna be doing some little review and demo between two very popular powders at the moment. One being a cult classic, which is the Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder. This one over here, mine's in special packaging, which is, I don't know, holiday thing or something like that, I can't remember. But yeah, Mercier, this one over here, and also the Perfect Diary one, which is what we have over here. Look at that. Oh, Weightless Soft Velvet Blurring Loose Powder, which is what we have over here. I'm in the shade number 3. Apparently there's like 5 shades at the moment, but only, I believe, 3 are being sold on the international market, but there's 5 shades being sold on Singapore Shopee, so yes. I will be putting all the links and information on where you can get these powders in the description box below, so go check that out if you're interested. These are bought my own money, no one's sponsoring me, just a quick disclaimer, so yes. So I actually applied half face of Mercier and half face of Perfect Diary. Can you guess which side is which? Let me know down in the comments below. So I'm just gonna do a quick breakdown of cost per gram and stuff like that, because I know some people are interested in that. So the Mercier one, which is this one over here, Mercier is $39 US and you get 30 grams of product, and 1 gram breaks down to $1.30 US. For the Perfect Diary one, which is this one over here, Perfect Diary, it's $16.90 US on their international site just for the powder alone, and you get 7 grams of product, which is, if you do the maths, quick math, this is definitely way much more pricey. This is actually $2.41 per gram, so it's a bit up there in price, not gonna lie. So just a quick comparison with slightly more popular powders that I have on hand at least. The Maybelline Fit Me powder, which is this one over here, the one that is very easily available at drugstores. This one costs $7.99 US, which is 20 grams of product, and you break it down to per gram, it's only 39 cents. So if you round it up, it's only 40 cents US. So yeah, it's way much more affordable for the Maybelline one. Of course, I had to throw in my baby, my favorite powder, the most bougie powder I have at the moment, which is the Hourglass one, which is this one over here. This is the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. This one over here, you get 10.5 grams for $46 US, and if you break it down to per gram, it's actually $2.30 US. So just a general gist, these two, the Perfect Diary and Hourglass one, they are on the same level of expensiveness, just that the Hourglass one is actually 10 cents cheaper than the Perfect Diary one, and the Mercier one, I guess, is the more like the in-between. It's like $1.30, not too expensive, but it's kind of mid-range, I would say. And the Maybelline Fit Me one is actually 40 cents per gram, so that's the cheapest of all the 4 here. But for today, I only did comparisons between two powders because I feel like these two are very hyped up products, and I just wanted to see how well they perform on the skin. Especially for me, I currently have a little bit of texture going on my skin, especially my cheeks over here, so I thought it was a good idea to actually put this in. I feel like everyone already has like more or less has tried out the Mercier one, and you're like, I guess you're here because you're more interested in the Perfect Diary one, so I'm just gonna give you like a quick rundown. So Perfect Diary one, I feel that it's a great powder, and plus the fact that it comes with a sifter, honestly speaking, I think it's great because usually not many brands will provide a sifter. Even when you look at Korean brands such as Innisfree, Etude House, they are normal, you know, those like no sebum powder kind of thing, they normally don't provide such a good sifter also. Plus the powder pack in the Perfect Diary one, I feel like it's quite a good solid powder puff. You actually can fit 3 fingers in. Out of context, no, but you can fit 3 fingers in, and I feel that it gives a very comfortable patting sensation. Because if you feel like you put 2 fingers in, sometimes like the smaller Innisfree and Etude House one, they can kind of get a little bit, you know, hard to maneuver at times and really like press it in. But for 3 fingers, it feels really solid and you can just really press it in. So that's one thing I really like about this powder puff. Product wise, for the Perfect Diary powder, there's a little bit of a scent to it. When I first opened up this package, I smelled the scent. I was like, ooh, is it from the box? Is it from the packaging? What's going on? But it's actually from the powder. So if you're someone who is very sensitive to scents, do take note, because when you first open the powder, it's there. But now that I'm wearing the powder on my face, or at least even when I'm out in office and stuff like that, I don't smell the powder. The Laura Mercier one does not have any scent. So if your skin is very sensitive to scents and fragrance in products, do take note. One thing that I really do like about the Perfect Diary powder is that it's actually a very, very finely milled powder. So for example, let me just swirl my finger in there. Like you see me going in, right? And then you look at my finger, it's so fine, and I don't know if you guys can see it on my hand. I think there's like a belly there kind of thing. It blurs out the pores very, very well. I'm very, very impressed with how fine it is, because even my higher end powders, even when I compare it to Hourglass, Laura Mercier, they are finely milled powders, but they can't get as fine as this, which I'm just like, whoa, I'm flawed, not gonna lie. Probably it's because of the sifter as well, because it helps to really sift out the product. One thing I noticed about using the Perfect Diary powder is that if you were to use the puff alone by itself, and you just use it to really just powder your face all over, so you really press the powder into your face and not use a brush, for example, one thing I noticed is that you actually can start to see the pigment come through onto your skin. So you definitely can see the pigment, which is great if you have the exact same shade. Like your skin is literally this like light, then it's great, you know. You just have flawless skin. But because for me, I'm honestly a little bit more on I have a little bit of a yellow undertone. I noticed that there was a little bit of unevenness on my skin, looking patchy, a little bit off. Some parts here were very like, you know, I could see the white pigment, then here didn't really have any. Something like that. I don't know if I have the pictures. If I do, I'll throw it up. So my recommendation for usage-wise for this Perfect Diary powder is that you probably only want to use the puff if you are just like touching up, for example. If you are like starting out your day or whatsoever, and you like I said, the shade range-wise is not the best. Not the best for Perfect Diary. So if you have skin tone like me and you're getting number 3 or something slightly deeper, you probably can get away with just using a normal powder brush like this, and you just tap gently and you just lightly dust it off your face. I'm very sure the white cast or that patchy unevenness look will not be there. Just to quickly break down Laura Mercier, I guess, because I feel like everyone has gotten Laura Mercier already. I mean, oh shit. Look, if I just like move or whatsoever, look how much powder is in my sifter right now. And honestly speaking, it gets really, really messy for the Laura Mercier one. I had powder everywhere just now, and I feel like it's a little bit of a waste of a product, honestly speaking. So the fact that Perfect Diary had actually a net sifter, I was very impressed for that price point. Let me just show you guys what I mean by fine just now. Like, let me just, like, if I were to dab my finger in there, you can see there's so much powder that is just being dispensed. Granted, you can just tap a bit of it on the cap like what I did in the demo earlier. You actually can just take it and just swirl your brush in there. So you swirl it and pick up all the product like really, really well. So for example, like you swirl it up like this, and after that you just knock off all the excess and you get a very, very even coverage. So yes, that's one thing to take note. So I'm just showing you guys, like, I feel like Laura Mercier, there's also a bit of a white cast to it. It's not completely translucent, which is that kind of grinds my gears, not gonna lie. But I feel like Laura Mercier at times, it can get quite drying for my skin, so I can sometimes feel a lot of my moisture and oil being sucked up at one go. So the Laura Mercier one, I feel that it can get quite drying at times. That's why I usually prefer my translucent veil setting powder from Hourglass. Personally, for me, I felt like the Perfect Diary one didn't really like suck up my moisture and oils and everything during the day. So that's one thing I really, really like about the Perfect Diary one. So yeah, honestly speaking, if you were to ask me, I would actually prefer the Perfect Diary one. Both powders actually set my makeup really, really well, because you know we're wearing mask, really, if you wear concealer, foundation underneath and you don't set, or you don't set it properly, you just put a light setting, sis, half your face is gonna look patchy and you can see actually the mask mark, or just, it doesn't look great, honestly speaking. So really, between the two, I would actually prefer Perfect Diary nowadays, because the Perfect Diary one really sets my makeup, doesn't really budge my foundation or my base makeup. I mean, there is a little bit, but it's like really, really minimal at the end of the day, probably around here, because I wear spectacles, so here will normally disappear first. But the rest of my face, like here and here, like cheeks and chin area, all good, honestly speaking. So if you're interested in getting the Perfect Diary powder, my final verdict is get it, sis, because It's really, really good. You can't really go wrong with it, except for the fact that the shade range is kind of like crap. So yeah, that's the only drawback that I can think of. So for Perfect Diary, I actually paid 19 Singapore dollars for a set actually. So what it does, it came in a nice box like this. The box is empty, I just kept it around just to show you guys. So it actually came with a powder brush like this, like those little like kabuki brushes, and the powder, which was something like this. Not gonna lie, presentation wise, beautiful. For 20 Singapore dollars, which you break it down to US, I think it will be 14, 15 US dollars for a brush. And a powder, I think it's a good deal, but honestly speaking, I don't use this type of powder brushes. But it comes with a brush guard and everything. It looks like this. I have not washed this brush either, but it feels really soft, really smooth. I just personally don't use this type of brushes. I actually filmed this video like 2 weeks ago, but last week, just as I was about to edit it, I found out the footage got corrupted, so that's great. Anyway, from what I remembered on the international site, they actually don't sell the deeper shades, the number 4 and 5 shades on the international site. Wow. For the international site, they only sell 3 shades. One is translucent, and then I believe shade number 2 and 3. I can't see I swear the images are not loading on my screen right now. But yeah, it's very weird because on Shopee itself, you can actually get the official Perfect Diary products. They have the actual like Shopee Mall or something like that, and they actually sell the set. They don't sell the powder alone anymore, but they sell the set, so it comes with this and the brushes. Actually, they have the deeper shades, which I don't understand what is going on, in all honesty. You know, in Asia market, at least there will always be like tanner Asians, like maybe even in Singapore, Southeast Asians, Filipinos, Malaysians, Indonesians. There's more of a tendency to have deeper, like tanner skin tone. So I'm not really sure why they are not giving the choice for their international customers to have even medium beige or golden medium even. I'm not really sure why. And I understand that the Asia market in general, there's a tendency to have more fairer skin, white, brighter skin. For some reason, they don't really embrace the tanner skin tones. I know that they are trying to, especially in the Korean market, but their tan doesn't even really go that tan, to be very honest. So I'm very confused. It's always boggling me since I started makeup. I think it's a good step, like they are, deepening the shades 4 and 5, but make it more easily available. Don't cut it out a whole demographic. Doesn't look good, honestly speaking. I think it's it's a little baby step in a good direction, but I have a feeling that if they could expand the shade range more and also, bring the deeper shades onto their international site, I think that would be fantastic. Alright, so that's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Do let me know if you're picking up the Perfect Diary powder. And I hope that this comparison is also helpful for you. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!